Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Lost in Conya Lower Village. But slowly but surely we are going to work our way to the main Limassol roundabout, and hopefully, if you stick with me, we're going to head down to downtown Kato Paphos just to see what's going on a spectacality of a morning indeed. The temperatures have dropped a little bit, by the way. It's starting to get that little bit chilly, so wait for it. It's only 22 degrees and it's 9:30 in the morning, so it's getting a little bit chilly in downtown Paphos. Perhaps if you're watching from somewhere in the northern hemisphere, perhaps it's temperatures that you're dreaming of. So what do? Get yourself on a big bird or a canoe, start paddling like crazy, because Paphos, Cyprus, Marika and me, you've guessed it, oh yeah, we're waiting especially for you. Look at this gridlock traffic in downtown Paphos. It's terrible, isn't it? You know, I feel sorry for you guys if you're driving around, perhaps in Krakow, perhaps if you're Lady Anna, my superstar, perhaps if you're in downtown Portsmouth and you're whizzing around in an ambulance, perhaps if your name is Sir Daniel. Of course, if your name is Dame Anne, well, you're probably taking it easy and strutting your stuff along the pier. Is it the pier? I think it is, in Hartlepool Marina with Sir Peter, and having a great day out. And probably getting excited for Christmas, which is only just around the corner. But of course, once those formalities are done, yeah, we're into that dreary month of January, but very soon indeed, a lot of you guys will be getting on a big bird or a canoe and paddling like crazy to downtown Paphos. So that's where we're going, to remind you just how spectacular it is. And of course the weather will be getting a little bit chopsy-mopsy over the next couple of months. So if you want some entertainment, if you want to watch us getting wet, yeah, as those waves splash on the rocks in downtown Paphos, don't forget to keep on coming back to the little channel known as Marika and me. On that note, if you do like what you see, please consider to hit the thumbs up button. Doesn't cost you a single penny. Why not hit the subscribe button? Again, doesn't cost you a single penny. It just lets YouTube know that you like what you've seen, and perhaps they should recommend the little channel known as Marika and me to more like-minded people like yourselves. But of course, if you would like to gift us a couple of bob or two, if you'd like to make sure that the channel stays afloat, all you have to do is either gift us via YouTube itself in the comments section, that little heart-shaped button. Yep, you can gift us as little as $1.99, or perhaps go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, because that's how you could gift us that virtual coffee or two, or even join us as a superstar family member. Starting off at only €10 a month, that's all it costs to get yourself a special title, to get yourself access to the privileges of being involved with Marika and me, and of course to get yourselves that little bit closer to myself and the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Ochin Garcia-Leboeuf. And we'd like to say a big thank you to one or two of you who have taken that little bit of extra trouble. If your name is Lord Andy, Lady Ness, thank you very much indeed. If your name is Baron Von Cigar, Lord Martin, and of course Lady Victoria, thank you very much indeed. Of course, if your name is Surfboy Kid, yes, Sir Jim, and of course his PM, and our girl who's probably lighting up like a Christmas tree, Lady Paula Marie, we thank you very much for your contributions to the little channel known as Marika and me. So here we go, we're starting our ascent into downtown Kato Paphos, the main event as we call it in Paphos, because of course if you're coming on a holiday, there's more likelihood of you staying somewhere in and around downtown Kato Paphos than anywhere else. Not that there's any disrespect to Coral Bay or to Clorica, for example, but more people are staying in downtown Kato Paphos, and more people visit downtown Kato Paphos than anywhere else on the island of love. So stick with us as we drop down the tree-lined avenue, a road that's known by many people. Perhaps if you're the worst car bodywork man in the world, Sir Steve, and of course you've got a blonde beauty, that's our Mandy. Yep, this is a road that you know very, very well indeed. And of course, Lady Maggie and one or two more people know when they get onto this road, it's not going to be long before they get down to downtown Cato Paradise. But we've got to be careful at these traffic lights because these are traffic controlled lights. There's cameras and there's speed cameras, and if you go over the line, you get an infringement on your credit card. If you go speeding, they get you. Yeah, I think you get the message. Drive carefully, drive sensibly, and be observant, because those boys and those girls in blue, they really are waiting especially for you. Well, they're not actually. They don't really want to do anything, but obviously if you're naughty, they will have to pull you over and have a chat with you, give you a ticket, and then you'll have to pay the fine. And of course the inconvenience of having to go and do it on the Tinternet. So just don't do it. Stick to the speed limits, you won't get there any faster, that's for sure. But the weather, you know, making fun of you guys if you're watching from, say, the UK or in Poland or in Germany, but it's quite good, isn't it? It's not bad at all. On an eve, don't get me wrong, it does drop a little bit. If you are out and about, perhaps carry a light jacket, a jumper or a cardigan, because there can be that slight nip around your shoulders at around about 10 p.m. So be prepared, shall we say. But it's not like going out in the UK, is it, where you need a raincoat and a thermos and all those kind of things. So great weather all the way through October. It even crescendos into November, and you know what, even the first 2 weeks of December can be rather warm. Well, certainly if you're coming from the UK, Poland, Denmark, Holland and all those kind of places, but it's not a bad place to come. And a lot of people do come to Paphos all the way through December, January and February. And of course there's a lot of people come to Paphos in March. Why March? Well, the summer season, should we say, starts. Of course, in the coming summer season, 15th of March, that's the date for you guys to remember. There's a lot of people flying in for it, and we do thank you very, very much. Lord Lee, Lady Vicky, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Lady Tracy, thank you very, very much, because the Marika and Me Lounge Bar, yep, 15th of March, it will be kicking into life, and hopefully one or two of you guys will pop in and grace us with the opening event, and hopefully after that one or two of you will continue to come in, perhaps for a breakfast, perhaps for a sup on a pint, or perhaps a coffee or two. The idea is it will be a breakfast, light snacks through the day, and of course at night time it will crescendo into, well, hopefully a very, very nice place for you guys to come and chill out. We will have a darts board, we will have a pool table, there'll be a sports bar area. It's a big venue, if you understand me. There'll be a relaxing area, hence the lounge bar title. And of course there will be a Baron Von Cigar smoking lounge to boot. So hopefully you guys will join us on the adventure. Once or twice a week from next week, we will be featuring the bar as it starts on its little adventure from a rundown shack that's been closed for many, many years, and hopefully we can transform it with a little bit of Marika's magic, should we say. We should have stopped, I know that, but I wasn't sure if he was going to cross the zebra crossing, but there we are. We got a growl either way, I think. So, like I say, hopefully you will enjoy the adventure, and hopefully you can give some pointers and say, oh, why don't you do this over here, or why don't you do that over there, because the idea is that it'll be a place for you guys and anyone else in Paphos, obviously, to come and relax and feel at home. And of course, it'll be a hub of information. If there's boat trips you want to go on, we will be offering their tickets. Jeep safaris, taxi services, all these kind of things will operate from the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. So if there's any information that you need when you're in Paphos, pop in. You haven't got to buy a drink. Ask for our help, our advice, and we'll do our very, very best to make sure that we give you the information that you require. And on top of that, the mayor's coming as well, by the way. He's told us he will grace us with his presence on the 15th of March for an hour or so. And for those of you who'd like to meet him, he's a nice guy. He really is. Often dressed head to toe in blue. Well, a blue suit. He always wears a white shirt, but he's always in blue. And he's a good man. And of course, he is doing wonders for downtown Paphos. He's the man responsible for all the new road networks, all the new pavements, all of the new promenade and harbour. and he's pushing Paphos certainly into the 21st century, because he and I, and of course you guys, would like Paphos to be the greatest holiday destination in the world, and it's getting there quickly, that's for sure. Lots of people who've not been to Paphos before, they come here once, and normally they come back again, and again, because Paphos has got something special. We talk to a lot of people, they can't hit the nail on the head, but it's something to do with it not being too big, not being too commercialised, and on top of that, the local population are very, very hospitable, and they make sure that you feel very, very welcome. And unlike these problems in Spain at the moment, you're not going to get that kind of thing. You're not going to get told to get off a beach. You're not going to get told, we don't want tourists. No, we want tourists, and we want to love you from the bottom of our two hearts. Does anyone recognise that? That's the blue Mediterranean Sea. That's the downtown Quai de Paphos harbour. It's getting ready to boot up for another fantastic day. We're going to circumnavigate the restaurants, go into the rear car parking area, which is totally free of charge, by the way, as is the car park on the right hand side. Coming up just down here is the harbour bus terminal. That is the Neo Paphos archaeological site, a World Heritage site. So you cross the Palm with €2.50, and you can crescendo through the gates and wander around until around about 8 o'clock at night. But don't worry, they warn you when they're going to close, but at the moment it's 8 o'clock at night. So it's open from around about 9 until 8. So you can spend all day in there wandering around, looking at how people used to live. And on top of that, you can walk along the fence here and of course get a spectacality of a view straight out into the blue Mediterranean Sea. So this is the rear harbour restaurants car park. Of course, you haven't got to go to the restaurants to use it. It's free of charge. Perhaps go for a walk, perhaps go along the coastal pathway. If you go to the right here for about 20 minutes on foot, you'll find yourself in the Kefalios beach area and resort area. And of course, it is a spectacality of a place indeed. Look at that for a view. Feast your eyes and digest. Paphos Castle, the brand new sunset viewing point, and on top of all of that, a view straight out into the blue Mediterranean Sea. You know what it is? Yeah, you're missing. So get yourself on that Tinternet. Start looking for that special deal and get yourself on a big bird or a canoe. Paddle like crazy, because Paphos really is waiting especially for you. Thanks for watching, and of course I will look forward to your company again very, very soon indeed. Now let's get this cigar lit and let's have a little slurp on the hot latte, and we'll say a big thank you to Lady Cheryl of the Peacock fame. Thank you very much. Absolutely delicious. There's some guys having a great time on their holiday. Perhaps now they're going into the harbour to sup on something, or perhaps get a bite to eat. But one thing's for sure, they know that they are in downtown Cato Paradise.